Well, hello and welcome to this episode of the DataBeat podcast. In this episode, we will talk about database templates in Azure Synapse Analytics. So let's get on to the topic. Some of you would definitely be working on some industry specific use cases. One of the challenges that users in the key industry area face is how to describe, shape the mass of the data that they are gathering. Just like any enterprise system, there will be various places where the data may be getting stored, giving rise to data silo. The challenge is basically to bring all the data together in a standardized format, enabling it to be more easily analyzed, understood, and also something on which you can apply the advanced analytics as well. Have you ever wondered what if there is a common data model available for your specific industry? Something that you can make use of right from day one. And you do not have to, put additional effort to analyze, okay, what are the entities, how they link together, which should come first, which should come next. How about everything if, is already set, what are the entities, how they are related and whatnot. So let's get started and talk about a feature in Azure Synapse Analytics, which has moved recently from preview to general availability, that is the database templates. Industry templates in the world of databases are not new. Oracle had it since ages. I have seen it, when I used to work with Teradata and other MPPs. They also had some industry models always ready. Now, after making its way to various Generation 1 MPPs, now the presence is now being felt by inclusion in the Azure Synapse Analytics. Before we get into the templates, let's understand there is an important component called a lake database. The lake database in Azure Synapse Analytics enables us to bring together the database design, metadata information about the data which it stores in the lake database, and its ability to describe how and where the data should be stored. One can make use of the database designer to create a data model for the lake database and add additional information to it. The information not only includes the name and the description, rather relationship with other entities as well. Lake database requires Azure storage to store the data in the database, just like Synapse stores it in ADLS. I'm saying the serverless SQL pools, access it from the ADLS. The data can be either in Parquet or a CSV format, and there can be further and it can be further optimized using various settings. Now, every lake database uses a linked service to define the location of the root data folder. Every entity has a separate folder which are created by default within the database folder. By default, all tables within a lake database use the same format. Nevertheless, the format and the locations can be changed per entity. Since it's all metadata driven, you are completely equipped to change these settings on your wish. For the compute, lake database can be accessed using Synapse SQL, serverless SQL pool and Apache Spark pool, providing a decoupled storage from compute. The metadata that is associated with the lake database makes it easier for different compute engines to have an integrated experience. Phew, that was quite a handful about lake database. Now coming to the database templates, the main topic. In simple terms, database templates are blueprints related to the industry-specific schema definitions. The definitions enable organizations by providing a standardized way to store, shape the data, and also include a set of business and technical data definitions that can be pre-designed to meet the requirements of that particular industry. Now, you might be thinking, each business is different, requirements are different. However, we must not forget that certain industry segments are regulated and needs to ensure compliance to industry standards. For example, banking, automotive, telecom, there are a lot many. Now, if you add a data modeling best practice into the mix, it becomes a powerful tool to implement the business-wide information architecture in a timely and predictable manner, all while having proven industry data architecture in place. Let's try and understand with an example. For example, product recommendation is core of any online and offline store. Since it has many widespread utility, it can be a candidate to be structured as a template. For product recommendation, some of the important entities must include product, the transaction data, line item information, customer data, loyalty programs, and of course the channel of the sale. Now, a related template can be set up for this use case by selecting the tables in the retail database template, right? Templates can be at two level. The topmost level is the industry specific, and under that we have enterprise templates. Now, what is the difference between the two? Think of retail as industry, and under retail we can have related templates such as accounting and financial reporting, budget and forecasting, business metrics, channel and customer loyalty, inventory, and so on. Each enterprise template has information about related tables, their columns, primary and foreign key relationships, and also information about the table partitions. Once the template is applied, the data can be loaded to the Lake database in a structured way. The Lake database allows to create the metadata layer for the data that is stored in the Lake, all using no-code database designer. At present, there are 18 database templates that can be used, including agriculture, automotive, banking, consumer goods and energy, commodity trading, freight and logistics, fund management, genomics, healthcare insurance, healthcare provider, life insurance and annuities, manufacturing, oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, property and casualty insurance, R&D and clinical trials, also retail and other utilities. Each of these industry specific templates are and under each one of them you have multiple enterprise templates. So it's a whole big library of these templates that you can make use of. Now during preview, Microsoft worked on the feedback and inputs from the practitioners and made enhancements to these templates and allow exploration and related experience within the Synapse workspace. A lot can be done using the interface, such as building folder hierarchies, cloning Lake database, and exploring relationships and traversing them as well. This can definitely be, put into something like a data management layer in the form of Azure Purview, which surely will make its way into it. Now, in order to use and apply the database template, one needs permissions to explore the Lake database template from gallery. One needs to be the Synapse administrator or a Synapse contributor on the required workspace for creating basically the Lake database. Further, user needs to have storage blob data contributor permissions to create the tables in the Lake database. Now, I can't wait to try this one. If you're equally excited to have already tried this, do not forget to share your experience with me. So until next time, in our next topic, let the beat flow in. My intent with this podcast is to bring concepts and simplify them for you. Do not forget to subscribe and share your comments with me.